What's up, guys? It's Pelican here, back with another video. So I have Hunter Lloyd here again. Hunter, what did you do today?
Well, now I went undefeated this time. We didn't lose once.
Went undefeated, Hunter.
Yeah. Imagine drawing virtual cards in your deck.
I don't know. I just can't do it. It's crazy. So what were you playing?
We play Fire Warrior V2, but now we call it. It's no longer Fire Warrior. It's called Warrior Pile.
Warrior Pile.
Yes,
okay.
sir. So we're gonna go through the profile just because not many changed from the last list. It was more the extra deck and the theory behind everything. So go see the last profile if you don't know what really all the reasoning is. That's the main thing. So I'm just gonna speed through the profile, then show combos at the end.
Okay.
So 3 connector, Aqua, obviously.
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
I still only own 2 of this card. I'm so sad.
So you'd play 3 if you had the 3?
Absolutely. Mine come in Friday. The third one comes in Friday. Makes me sad.
Okay.
But oh well. After testing, I actually ended up liking more 2 of this, so I do want to put 2 back in the deck because it guarantees a turn 2 play if they ended up somehow breaking the board. Oliver's always good at 2, but you can play with him at 3. It's just depending on the ratio.
Okay.
2 of this. This is what I cut for the second Renaud because you could just search it. 2 of this guy still. Standard. This guy. 3 dangers. The reason for the dangers, discards everywhere. Like and have them. Extenders through the board, level 3s. That's really important now because now you try to make the combo through 2 warriors, 2 level 3s, or tuner plus non. So that's the reason why the dangers are now really important because they're just free cards that get you to more cards. So if you end up not drawing any of the above, these cards have the ability to get you to more cards.
Okay, this sounds really free for the deck.
Yeah, so the reason why you can now play 2 level 3s in the deck is because you have the Carbonet on play along with the Brick. Some people don't like the fact that you have to play this vanilla monster, but it's okay though because this is a really good discard, and just having this card to send off Cherubini, it means that even if you get Nibiru before Apollosa, you still have a combo play. Obviously the Despot 01, the Brick for Armageddon Knight, even though it's not same thing with Carbonet. It's still the same reasoning with this. The one of this, it's fine if you draw this because you have this.
Yeah.
And that's all the bricks, unless you count Driver, obviously. I still play Gamma because Gamma is obviously the best hand trap and always will be. It's a hyper carry. Full combo by itself if you activate on your turn. If not, it's negating most, if not all, of your opponent's entire turn. And I have 3 fighters right now, so I got to play it. That's all for the monsters. For spells, 3 tactics. You're playing a combo deck, so you have to play this card. 2 of this. I don't never like 3. Never wanted to play 3. Breaks too much at 3. 2 droplet. Same reasoning, but this card negates the board. And you're playing against like VFD and all these cards, and you're also playing trap cards in your deck, so it's just better against the virtual world deck. There's also a lot of boards now that you need droplet against, and that's just a fact.
Okay, that seems...
For Eclipse, obvious. Nothing really changed much between here. The only thing now is that the equip I chose to play today is instead of the Plunder Patrol, is this one. So what this does is it actually just negates a monster on the board. It's not very relevant, but a cool thing that you can do is if you summon Red Layer, normal summon Aqua Dolphin, equip this to Red Layer, you can actually hit Nibiru out of your opponent's hand. Just, it never comes up, but it's just a cool fact. It also is effect negation, so if they have like Dark Law or something, it happened today. I actually targeted Dark Law, negated Dark Law. So that was cool. Phoenix Blade, obviously. 1-ofs. I know I decided to cut Reborn because in testing, while the card is a sack card, does a lot less than you figured. So instead I placed it for Foolish because this card is either a tuner, a warrior, or it's just like any card to extend, which is amazing in the deck. And Rhoda is just Rhoda, gets whatever you need. Obviously the 2 final PK traps, these are also really good cards that discard off Droplet to make it so your opponent can't respond to your Droplet. The reason why you need to play 2 though is because if you draw this, you actually cannot activate Boots Effect to do full combo, so you need to play both.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So the extra deck has actually changed quite a fair bit. You still need to play every card, except for now, instead of double Isolde, you play 1 Isolde, 1 Cherubini. The reasoning for this is because you don't have enough extra deck space to do everything you want, so you need to cut like certain corners. And while some people may not like having double Isolde in their extra deck, the fact that you just have another way to do everything means that this is so much more optimal. And this card is so much more amazing going second because of the fact that it says the cards that it points to cannot be destroyed. So you can actually just like beat entire boards just with this singular card. Punishment, the Golden Land cards, all lose to this single Cherubini because not only does he protect himself, he actually protects everything. So just setting like a random card, like having 2 level 3s, setting a card, and then making this means that they can no longer destroy this Cherubini, and this Isolde is always going through. Which the problem with this deck is that your Eldritch matchup was actually horrible because you didn't have this card.
Oh, so he made the matchup a lot more fun.
Exactly. He makes it so much more winnable. And no one really ever sees a warrior deck making Cherubini, so no one really expects it. this, 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 this. Other than that, the right extra deck didn't really change much. I included the Shen, this, and this. There's a lot more ways of different combos that you can do now with Draco Sack because I figured out a lot more routes that you can go. Overlaying with Colt Wing and Double Power Tool just gives you a bunch of different levels to make. But that's the main profile. For the side deck I played today, it really just changes from local to local. I decided what I started to do is side the 2 extra deck cards, Access Code and this. So when you're going second, it makes your deck a lot more easier to kill. So when you're siding these out, or siding these in, you just side out these 2 because you know you're not going to make these anyway. So you might as well just make these.
Yeah, that's fair. You put in a kill combo. You know the deck doesn't have a kill combo generically.
Exactly. Beyond that, 3 Nibiru. And I realized that this card, Exchange I feel is a lot better, but it's just the fact of the matter, it's just there. In testing, Exchange has always been better for me because it doesn't, it gives you complete hand knowledge. While you're swapping cards, you have to side out Gamma, and that's probably maybe the only problem with it. But you should be siding out Gamma first anyway, because while yes, you can hit an Ash, it's not really optimal to go first. Next, Double Twin, because I hate back row, Feather Duster, same reasoning. Just back row hit cards, because there's a lot of back row in my local. So you have most of your main decks beating combo, the side deck's really beating back row, and that's my main reasoning.
Alright, cool.
For the combo, yeah, we're gonna go into combos now, guys. Give us 1 second.
Yep, so here's going to be the combos you guys have been asking for. He's going to showcase 2 combos for us. First is going to be with tier scale, the second will be with connector, but yeah.
Okay, so there's actually 2 versions of this combo. I'm going to show you the super standard combo. There's actually the version of this where it gets perfect knowledge off their hand, so you know what to play around. However, I'm just going to do the very, very standard one that you should always be doing. So it's just any Torn scale, and these are the bricks that we're playing. As you can see, it's always triple Gamma driver, usual. Effect of this, discard this.
Yeah, so they're just cards to discard, right? It doesn't really matter?
It actually just discard does not go to graveyard. It doesn't matter. However, the card must go to graveyard. This card must go to graveyard.
Yeah.
So you're going to activate Ancient Cloak effect. That'll get banished. I'll just put the pile over here. It'll be my graveyards, it'll be banished. That adds you to Boots. Summon Boots. Now if you have 2 level 3s here, you always want to make Cherubini because he's actually the better one to summon pre-5 because he always guarantees he can't not be hand trapped because he sends for cost. Very important on that. So his effect, you will be sending any level 3 from your deck to give him attack points, which will be the Carbonetta. That puts him to 1300. Not that it really matters, but it's just a very fun fact. From here, you're going to activate Boots effect. That adds you the Shade Brigandine. And because a Phantom Knight card was banished from your graveyard, fun fact, it's any time it's banished. So if they actually DD Crow this card, you still summon this.
That's free. Oh my gosh.
So you set the card, activate it, summon. You always want to summon it where Cherubini points to, even though it doesn't really matter here, just to protect from especially as old. Because you want to protect from cards like Ghost Ogre. This is going to add your Gear Freight, so it brings you back to 4 cards in hand, like you never really even discarded anyway. From here, I'm going to do the super standard version. This is really where the combo diverges. Because you have a tuner over here in the graveyard, you can actually just send 3 summon Aquadolph and gain perfect knowledge. But I'm going to do the very, very standard one. Send 4. Summon Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight, going to send this. Now from here, you actually have access to a Link 4. So you're actually just going to make Apollosa right on this. Now from here, you would actually prefer to keep the cards in your hand at the moment just to make sure your opponent, doesn't play the game and they're scared of your hand. So you just actually want to just use this. Summon this. This right here is Needle Fiber. Needle Fiber effect summons out this. Together. This will summon your 3 Mega Phantom Beast tokens. Your Despoto 1 will summon back. Now it's very important that you actually use these 3. Summoning a Rotom. This guy.
Power tool?
Exactly, yes. Yep. Yep. So, depending on the equips you send, it matters a little bit, depending on which combo you're doing. I actually just sent these 4 so you can always guarantee that you have all of the cards. So you're always going to try to reveal 3 Durandal off this. So 1, 2, and 3. This guy's effect, tribute both of these. This will summon your Colt Wing. Colt Wing will summon back your 2 tokens. This will summon back your Despoto 1. These 2 together summons out your second Power Tool Dragon. Power Tool Dragon, now the cool thing is about this combo is that even though you set 4 equips, so you figure that you're not really getting a lot of value, you're actually just going to show 3 equips, and whatever equip you get, it doesn't matter because this is just going to add the other. So we'll just say for this combo that you got, like, I don't know, DDR. Or this, it doesn't matter. So now the cool thing is, if you notice about the board, is that Cool Wing's ability makes it so that he gains the amount of levels that the tokens have. So he actually is a level 7 right now. So what you're going to do, overlay, make Draco Sack. Draco Sack effect. Summon 2 more tokens. This one's triggers Death Spot at 1.
Death Spot 1 again, Jesus Christ.
And this is ideal how you keep looping. You just keep extending. So from here you want to go into Arclight, wherever my extra deck is because I didn't put it out. Arclight in the corner. So now you're protected from droplets, ideally. But there's times where, depending on the amount of your hand, you can't really like always keep every single card. Always keep all the cards in our hand over here, by the way. Sorry about that. So this is our current board state. So you might be saying, well, where do you extend from here? Well, obviously, if you didn't know, you still actually have Plague Spreader in your graveyard. Plague Spreader, stack any of the cards in your hand that no longer matter. You can actually stack Gear Freed, but I like keeping that around for turn 2, just because you can activate Gear Freed and add Renaud in the end phase because of rolling. It's just a nice thing to have. Now these two go together.
Hunter, didn't you summon Plague Spreader earlier?
Nope.
Oh, what'd you use to make Hulk?
I summoned my level 2 vanilla monster.
Oh yeah, true.
And that's why this way is super standard. It's very easy to do. So you're going to activate this effect. Now the very cool thing about this combo is that from here, you have all the cards in your graveyard to play with. Now you have a lot of warriors, a lot of cards, and you still have this. So while it may not look good, this is Savage, depending on what route you're playing. You can just banish the 3 for Fusion Trish, reborn this with DDR, and then that's 5. And there's a lot of things to do. So we're just going to do it the super standard way. Make the Fusion Trish.
Okay. And then that power tool is in the grave?
Yes, he is. Thank you. Banish your 2 warriors. Add back Kingsblade. Activate DDR. Discarding this. That's going to summon back your card.
Okay, summon back to 5. Alright.
Activate this, targeting this. And now because you have a Fire Warrior on the board, you can actually just add Renaud. Renaud's going to summon himself. This actually adds back the living fossil that you used earlier.
Oh, so it literally doesn't matter. You
Correct.
can get it
no
either
longer
way.
matters, and that's like the best thing about this combo. There's actually a few different things you can do. You can add back DDR again, summoning back Armageddon Knight. Like, there's so many possibilities of what you can do. I'm just showing the very, very basic combo though, this time. So, you know, there's actually just extra things you can do. If you wanted, there's actually a way of this combo where you can actually end off VFD and an extra 9. But that play has to play Gizmek or Roshi because you have this level 1 tuner here. Yeah. And so this combo definitely can be further extended upon. But for this video, I really just wanted to show what you could do, and that's like the main thing. So I guess we'll just add back this, activate it, just so we want to keep the maximum number of cards in our hand. We don't really want to discard for the other DDR. So then these two go together.
Okay, so it's a 9.
Correct. Make Shen.
Shen, Jesus.
Overlay.
Alright.
And so now, ideally, the other 2 cards in your hand will allow you to make something. If you have any 4, you can actually make another 9. Or if you have a 3, you can actually make an 8.
Wow. Jeez, all this off of just tier skills.
Exactly. And you still have your 2 cards in hand to do whatever you want. This nets you a card in the end phase. So ideally, that's why I wanted to play another Renaud, because the card's actually just that good. So then your follow-up play for this turn is actually this. And then this is usually what you make if you're going blind. If you actually know hand knowledge and have the Aqua Dolphin play, you can actually change your board up depending on how it is. You can change this to Savage, this to like multiple 9s, having like Savage, Shen, Charles, depending on how you feel. This can have more negates. It's whatever you need. And that's really just the basic combo.